Hello students, in this video we will be discussing the gross anatomy of the thyroid gland. Okay, you know thyroid means it is a shield, okay, which is present in the midline of the neck. Okay, so here the thyroid, it's a butterfly shaped gland. Okay, so what are the speciality of this thyroid gland is it is the highly vascular gland. Okay, and it is you can palpate the gland. Okay, so you cannot palpate the other endocrine, but thyroid is you can palpate the thyroid gland. Okay, and it's got a rich blood supply. Okay, and also it is relying on the external source for the synthesis of the hormones, and it synthesizes the hormones and releases whenever necessary. This is the special feature of the thyroid gland. So where it is present is it is present in the midline of the neck. Okay, from the C5 till the T1 vertebra. Okay, vertebral level is C5 to T1 vertebral level, and it is at the tracheal ring is from 2 to 4 or 5 tracheal rings. It is present again these rings. Okay, it is a butterfly shaped gland. You can see this is the lateral lobes. Okay, this is the two lateral lobes, and connecting this is the isthmus. Okay, and along with that you see it is the, you can see here, this is the levator glandulae thyroideae. Okay, it is again the muscular tissue from the isthmus. Okay, and it attaches to the hyoid bone. This is the levator glandulae thyroideae. It is a muscular tissue. Okay, so this is the levator glandulae thyroideae. Okay, so what are the parts? I said it has got a two lateral lobes, isthmus and levator glandulae thyroideae. Now what is the relations? Okay, so this is the lateral lobe. Okay, so this lateral lobe has, this is the superficial surface, this is the medial, or some book says it is a posteromedial surface, and what you see, this is the posterior surface. Okay, so this has got a superficial surface or a lateral surface, this is the medial or posteromedial surface, and this is the lateral surface or the posterior surface. Okay, posterolateral surface. Okay, and the border, it's got an anterior border. You can see this is the anterior border, and this is the posterior border. Anterior border is between the medial surface and superficial surface. Posterior border is between the superficial surface and the posterior surface. Okay, now what is the structures related to the superficial surface? You can see at the cut muscles what you can see. So the superficial surface is related to the skin, superficial fascia, and the infrahyoid muscles. Okay, what you see here is the sternohyoid muscle, and this is the superior belly of the homohyoid, and what you see here, this will be the sternocleidomastoid. Okay, but another muscle is the sternothyroid that has been cut in the specimen. So it is the superficial surface is related to the infrahyoid muscles, that is the sternohyoid, sternothyroid, and superior belly of the homohyoid. Okay, so this is the superficial. What are the medial surface relations are? Okay, so you can see this is the medial surface. So medial surface is related to two tubes. So that is the trachea and the continues as a larynx, and pharynx continuing as the esophagus. So two tubes, that is the trachea and the larynx, and pharynx and the esophagus. Okay, and along with this you have a two muscles. Okay, what you see here, this is the inferior constrictor muscles. Okay, this is the inferior constrictor muscle. Another here what you see is the small muscle is the cricothyroid. From the cricoid cartilage to the thyroid gland, that's the cricothyroid. So the medial surface is related to two tubes, two muscles, and two nerves, that is the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Okay, so this is the medial surface. Okay, and the posterior surface here, it is related with the carotid sheath with its contents. Okay, it is related to the carotid sheath with its contents. You can see here the carotid artery. Okay, this is the carotid artery, and this is the jugular vein, and this is the vagus nerve. So the posterior surface is related to the carotid sheath with its contents. Okay, and another important is the thyroid gland is covered by the capsules. Okay, so what are these capsules? Is the true capsule and the false capsule. True capsule is nothing but the condensation of the stroma of the thyroid gland, whereas the false capsule is nothing but the pretracheal fascia. Okay, so this pretracheal fascia covers this thyroid gland and gets superiorly, when you trace it, it gets attached to the hyoid bone. Okay, but whereas inferiorly it goes and gets attached to the pericardium. Okay, so that is the false capsule. Okay, and the false capsule here, the part of this capsule, it is, you can see here, it is attaches from the thyroid gland to the cricoid cartilage and part of the tracheal ring. Okay, so this is the reason thyroid gland moves with the deglutition. So this is called as a suspensory ligament or ligament of Berry of thyroid gland, from attaching thyroid gland to the cricoid cartilage. So now what you see here is the another is the isthmus. This isthmus has anterior surface, posterior surface, superior border and inferior border. Okay, so what you see here in the superior border, there is attachment of the levator glandulae thyroideae, and this superior border, there is anastomosis between the anterior branch of the superior thyroid artery. Okay, and the inferior border, you can see that the inferior thyroid vein comes out of the inferior border of the isthmus of the thyroid gland. Okay, and here the superficial surface is related to the infrahyoid muscles, whereas the posterior surface is related to the third and the fourth tracheal rings. Okay, so this is the isthmus. Now coming to the blood supply of the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is supplied by mainly by two arteries. One is the superior thyroid artery and the inferior thyroid artery. Okay, so superior thyroid artery is a branch of external carotid artery. You can see here the cut section. Here this is the superior thyroid artery. It is coming from the external carotid artery. Okay, so this superior thyroid artery is accompanied by the external laryngeal nerve. You can see this is a external laryngeal nerve. Okay, so these external laryngeal nerve and superior thyroid artery, when you trace it, okay, superior thyroid artery and external laryngeal nerve, they diverge. Okay, so they diverge towards the gland. So that whenever you are doing a thyroidectomy, you need to ligate the superior thyroid artery, okay, towards the gland, because towards the gland the nerve and artery are away, so they are diverged towards the gland. So you need to ligate the superior thyroid artery towards the gland to avoid damage to the external laryngeal nerve. Okay, and another artery is the inferior thyroid artery. Inferior thyroid artery, what you can see here, this is the inferior thyroid artery. Okay, so this inferior thyroid artery is a branch from a thyrocervical trunk, that's from the first part of the subclavian artery. What you can see, this is the inferior thyroid artery. Okay, so this, and accompanied by the, you can see here, this is the recurrent laryngeal nerve that is present between the tracheo-esophageal groove. So what you see here, this is the recurrent laryngeal nerve and this is the inferior thyroid artery. So you can see here in this video, you can see here, so inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve, they converge towards the gland. So you need to tie the or ligate the inferior thyroid artery away from the gland to avoid damage to the recurrent laryngeal nerve. Okay, so this superior thyroid artery supplies the upper part of the gland, inferior thyroid artery supplies the lower part of the gland. Along with that, there is another artery which sometimes present is the thyroidea artery ema. It is from the arch of aorta that comes at the lower part of the gland and supplies. Okay, whereas the venous drainage, it has got three veins, superior, middle and inferior. So you can see here is the inferior thyroid vein. Okay, so now just the thyroid gland importance, what you should remember is, and one more important thing you can see here, this is the thyrohyoid membrane. Okay, it is pierced by the external laryngeal nerve and the artery here. So they pierces the thyrohyoid membrane. Okay, so this is the thyrohyoid membrane, sorry, the internal laryngeal nerve and the artery. So they pierces the thyrohyoid membrane. So you need to remember why thyroid gland moves with the deglutition is because of the presence of the ligament of Berry, and between the true and the false capsule of the thyroid gland, so there is a presence of the venous plexus. So whenever you are doing a thyroidectomy, you need to remove the true capsule when you are doing it, along with you need to So the thyroid gland, as I said, it is covered by the true and the false capsule. So between these two capsules, there is the presence of the venous plexus. Sorry, within the prostate class. So as I said, thyroid is covered by the true capsule and the false capsule. False capsule is nothing but the pretracheal fascia. So in contrast to the prostate gland, in the thyroid gland, the venous plexus present within the true capsule. So during a thyroidectomy, you need to take out the gland along with the true capsule, unlike the prostate gland. Okay, and superior thyroid artery should be ligated towards the gland and inferior thyroid artery should be ligated away from the gland. Okay, so this is about the thyroid gland. Thank you.